The year 1970 marked a seismic shift in Trinidad and Tobago's history, a revolution that reverberated far beyond its shores. This was the Black Power Revolution, a mass movement rooted in demands for racial equality, economic justice, and political sovereignty. Though independence had been achieved in 1962, the promises of liberation felt hollow as systemic inequities persisted. The backdrop of the revolution was one of discontent. The economy, though formally independent, remained dominated by foreign interests, particularly Canadian banks and American corporations. Discrimination pervaded cultural symbols such as Carnival, where fair-skinned women were favored as queens, leaving darker-skinned Trinidadians feeling unrepresented. Young people, inspired by global liberation movements and leaders like Angela Davis and Che Guevara, embraced Black Power ideology as a call to action. At the heart of the uprising was the National Joint Action Committee, NJAC, led by Makandal Daga. NJAC began as a student group but evolved into a coalition of labor unions, community organizers, and intellectuals. Their message resonated across racial lines, extending solidarity to Indo-Trinidadians and others marginalized by systemic oppression. The revolution gained momentum on February 26, 1970, when student demonstrators protested at the Royal Bank of Canada in Port of Spain, symbolizing resistance against foreign economic domination. Massive marches followed, uniting tens of thousands. The streets of Trinidad became the stage for a showdown between the people and the government, led by Prime Minister Eric Williams. Williams, once a symbol of anti-colonial resistance, became the revolution's primary target. Critics argued that his administration upheld many colonial structures, suppressing dissent and banning radical literature. In response to the uprising, Williams declared a state of emergency, detaining activists, including NJAC leaders, and deploying the military to maintain order. The revolution challenged racial divides, with NJAC emphasizing unity among all oppressed peoples. However, the framing of the movement as Black Power created tensions, particularly with Indo-Trinidadians who did not readily identify with the term. Despite these complexities, the uprising catalyzed a broader reckoning with the legacies of colonialism and the meaning of independence. The Black Power Revolution forced the government to implement reforms, including efforts to localize ownership of the economy and improve opportunities for marginalized communities. It also sparked a cultural renaissance, amplifying voices demanding representation and equity. While the immediate goals of the revolution were only partially realized, its legacy endures as a defining moment in the Caribbean's journey towards self-determination. The Black Power Revolution of 1970 was a profound assertion of agency by the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It illuminated the contradictions of post-colonial independence and inspired movements across the Caribbean and beyond. As we reflect on this pivotal chapter, we honor the courage of those who dared to challenge the status quo and envision a more just society.